Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 21st November 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. First, let me start with finding the stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames. During this process, we will also identify daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones. Okay, first time frame is a half yearly. Let's find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. No stocks are available for half yearly time frame. Let's find the stocks near half yearly supply zone. One stock is filtered. I'm giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. I request you pause the video, study this report and then proceed further. In case if you don't understand how to understand or how to study this report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. In that video, I explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, next time frame is quarterly. Let's find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. Two stocks are filtered. Next quarterly time frame. Let's find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. One stock is filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Stocks near monthly demand zone. We got 9 stocks. Next monthly time frame. Stocks near monthly supply zone. We got 2 stocks. Next monthly time frame. Price closed inside the monthly demand zone. And those demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at monthly time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is pierced count is 0. Pierced count 0 means zone is not pierced. Let's filter. This is the filtered list. These are the first 18 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. So total 27 stocks are filtered. Out of these 27, there could be some high probability setup zones might be available based on the EMA Confluence. Let's verify. So in the EMA Confluence at monthly time frame, monthly demand zone having monthly EMA Confluence. But these monthly demand zones having monthly EMA Confluence should not be in sideways trend, because sideways market EMA Confluence does not add any extra advantage. So that's why let us eliminate sideways trend related stocks. So in the trend, zone violation trend, monthly time frame, I am selecting up or down trend. We got 16 stocks. All uptrend related stocks, you can plan bullish trade setup related analysis. Downtrend related stocks, you can plan counter trend trade setup or TCO zone related trade setup related plans you can do. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup or counter trade setup can be useful. Okay, next monthly time frame. Let's find the stocks price closed inside monthly supply zone. And these monthly supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at monthly time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Let's filter the stocks. We got only one stock. Is this monthly supply zone having monthly EMA Confluence? Let's verify. The EMA Confluence at monthly time frame. Monthly supply zone having monthly EMA Confluence, filter is enabled. So that is not filtered. Okay, next time frame is weekly. So let's find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 12 stocks are filtered. Next weekly time frame. Stocks near weekly supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Next, weekly time frame. Stocks closed inside a weekly demand zone. And first we need to filter pierced zones in the demand zones. Weekly demand zone, let me set pierced count. At weekly time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With this filter, we got good number of stocks. These are the first 16 stocks. I'm scrolling the list down. So total 30 stocks are filtered. In these 30, there could be some high probability setup. Weekly zones might be available based on weekly EMA Confluence. So in the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone having weekly EMA Confluence filter is selected, and that weekly trend should not be sideways. So in the trend, zone violation trend at a weekly time frame, I'm selecting up or down trend, not sideways. So 8 stocks. Uptrend stocks you can plan bullish trade setup. Downtrend stocks you can plan counter trend trade setups, because these are the demand zones. Okay, next weekly time frame. Price closed inside the weekly supply zone, and these weekly supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, weekly time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0 I set. So we got 8 stocks. Out of these 8, any EMA Confluence, weekly EMA Confluence stocks. That means weekly supply zones, because all these are all price closed inside weekly supply zones. Those supply zones are having EMA Confluence, they are high probability setup. So in the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone having weekly EMA Confluence, and the trend should not be sideways. With these filters, we got 4 stocks. All these 4 stocks are uptrend. You can plan only counter trend trade setup, not the bearish trade setup. Bearish trade setup, trend should be downtrend. Okay, this is about weekly. Next time frame is daily. So entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. We got a big list. This is the first 15 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. So total 17 stocks are filtered. Let's identify high liquidity zones from this list. This is pierced, ignore. NIFTY healthcare, but it is a indices you can't use for F&O trading. Aarti Industries having a high liquidity daily demand zone. Bajaj Finance is pierced, you can't use. Next, Bandhan Bank, having high liquidity demand zone. Next, Burger Paints is having a high liquidity daily demand zone. Emphasis is having a high liquidity daily demand zone. That's it. We have 4 high liquidity daily demand zones from this list. Okay, next, daily time frame. Let's find the stocks near daily supply zone. 12 stocks are filtered. So let's identify high liquidity daily supply zones from this list. AU Bank is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. MCX is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. That's it. We have two daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay. Next, for daily time frame, price closed inside daily demand zones, and these daily demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. We got a big good number of stocks. So these are the first 15 stocks in the list. I am scrolling the list down. So total 24 stocks are filtered. In these 24 stocks, there could be high probability zones based on the daily EMA Confluence. Let's verify. In the EMA Confluence at a daily time frame, daily demand zones are having daily EMA Confluence. And EMA Confluence makes sense only in the trending market. So in the trend, zone violation trend, at a daily time frame, I'm selecting up or down trend. Based on this, let's filter. We got 4 stocks. In these 4, you can plan your bullish trade setup or counter trend trade setups. Remember, always remember, when a zone is having EMA Confluence, that should be used as a HTF zone or ITF zone. That way you have to plan your trade setups. Okay, next. Daily time frame. Price closed inside daily supply zone, and these daily supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, daily time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0. With this filter, we got 15 stocks. Currently price closed in these daily supply zones. So among these 15 daily supply zones, how many are supporting high probability based on daily EMA Confluence? Let's verify. So in the EMA Confluence, daily time frame, daily supply zones are having daily EMA Confluence. And this should be it should not be, this EMA Confluence should not support a sideways trend. In the trend, zone violation trend at daily time frame, I am selecting up or down, not sideways. So let's filter. We got 8 stocks. In all these 8, last 2 are uptrend, remaining downtrend. Downtrend, you can plan bearish trade setups, uptrend, counter trend trade setups. But remember, these daily zones should be used as either HTF zones or ITF zones. Excuse me. So next time frame is 125 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 9 stocks are filtered. Next 125 minutes time frame. Let's find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 12 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame 75 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. We got 8 stocks. Let's identify high liquidity demand zones from this list. Nifty FMCG not listed in F&O. We got only one stock, Trent. We have one high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone from this list. Okay. Next, for 75 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. We got 9 stocks. Let's identify high liquidity zones. Kotak Bank is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. That's it. We have only one high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone from this list. Okay, next time frame is 25 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Next, for 25 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Let's identify how many of these zones are having ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. Enable the filter. Now we got all 5 stocks are having, but one stock is pierced. Ignore that zone. Even this one also pierced. 2 zones are pierced. Last 2 zones you cannot use. Okay, next 15 minutes time frame. Let's find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. Again 5 stocks are filtered near to the 15 minutes supply zone. Let's identify how many of these zones are having ITF supply zone confluence. That is 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. So I'm enabling that filter. With this filter, out of 5 we got 1 stock. So this supply zone is part of the 75 minute supply zone, this 15 minute supply zone. Okay, next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Out of these 6, how many demand zones are having ITF confluence? That is 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. So I'm enabling that filter, 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. With this filter, we got only 1 stock. That means this 5 minutes demand zone is a part of the 15 minutes demand zone. Okay, next for 5 minutes time frame, stocks near 5 minutes supply zone, we got 6 stocks. Out of these 6, how many supply zones are having ITF supply zone confluence? That is 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone confluence. So I'm enabling that filter. We got only 2 stocks and both are pierced zones. You can't use them. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. Now let's generate NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Let's start with NIFTY and starting with monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So this is monthly supply demand zone chain. Always look into the zone column to find high liquidity zones. Look into pierced column to find the pierced zones. And look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. Same rules you can apply for the remaining reports. And also don't forget to pause the video when you are moving from one report to another report, because I am giving you only few seconds time. Okay, next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is daily, daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 125 minutes. 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 75 minutes. 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 25 minutes. 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 15 minutes. 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next time frame is 5 minutes. 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. All these are all supply zones. I am scrolling the list down. Now from 34 you can see demand zones as well. So this is about Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next let us generate a Nifty bank, that is nothing but bank Nifty. Let's start with the monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for bank Nifty. Next time frame is a weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for bank Nifty. Next time frame is a daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for bank Nifty. Next time frame is a 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for bank Nifty. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for bank Nifty. Next time frame is 25 minutes, supply demand zone chain, 25 minute supply demand zone chain for bank Nifty. Next time frame is 15 minutes, 15 minute supply demand zone chain for bank Nifty. And the last time frame is 5 minutes, generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for bank Nifty. So this is about bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. And the next set of reports are about bullish and bearish trade setups. So let's start with monthly bullish trade setup. Monthly income trade bullish trade setup. Entry time frame is daily. Entry zone demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at entry time frame daily, I am selecting bullish. The daily demand zone should not be pierced. So at pierced count, daily entry time frame, daily time frame, I am selecting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means the daily demand zone should not be pierced. And zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum order enhancer score 12. All the three filters are applied to daily demand zone. With these filters, we got 11 stocks. All these 11 are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry zones are daily demand zones. In all these 11 daily demand zones, there could be some high probability setup supported stocks might be available. Let's find them based on first filter LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is a daily and weekly demand zone confluence. So I am enabling the filter daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence. With this filter, we got 3 stocks. In all these 3 stocks, the daily demand zones are part of the weekly demand zones. That means they are overlapped with weekly demand zones. Because the daily demand zone is part of weekly and the weekly trend is up, and those weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence weekly time frame, because the daily zone is a part of the weekly zone, that's why weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence, it's a high probability setup. So currently no stocks are supporting. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. I am removing EMA filter. So in the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. Daily and weekly confluence already enabled. Next filter is daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence, and then weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF, demand zone confluence, we got one stock. So it's a high probability setup, and moreover it is a high liquidity demand zone. This is a daily zone. Okay. Now because it is having LTF, ITF, HTF, that means the daily zone is part of weekly, both together again part of monthly zone, and monthly trend is up. If this monthly zone is having monthly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup, trade setup stock. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, monthly time frame, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence, we did not get any EMA confluence. Monthly EMA confluence. Okay, next let us look for bearish trade setup for monthly income trade, entry time frame daily, entry zone, supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at a daily entry time frame daily, I am selecting bearish. These daily supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at daily entry time frame daily, I am selecting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhance score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. And we got only one stock currently supporting bearish trade setup. Let's verify this stock is having LTF and ITF zone confluence. So in the supply zone confluence, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence filter is enabled. Oh, this supply zone is part of the weekly supply zone. And currently the trend is downtrend weekly. If it is having weekly EMA confluence, it is even more high probability trade setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence filter is enabled. Oh, this is even more high probability setup supported stock because it is having weekly EMA confluence, weekly supply zone, and daily supply zone is part of the weekly supply zone. And let's also verify whether this stock is having LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. Removing EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we need to set. First filter is already enabled, daily with weekly supply zone confluence. Next filter, daily supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. Next filter, weekly supply zone with monthly supply zone confluence. All the 3 filters are enabled. We got LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. Oh, this is also supporting even LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. That means Adani Enterprises daily supply zone is part of the weekly supply zone, both together again part of the monthly supply zone. Let's verify this zone is also having monthly supply zone confluence. Already this is having weekly supply zone confluence. That itself is a very high probability setup. Let's check monthly supply zone confluence, EMA confluence, monthly time frame, monthly supply zone with monthly EMA confluence. This is also supporting monthly EMA confluence. That means the supply zone is a very high probability trade setup supported zone. Okay. So next trade setup is bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone is demand zone, and in bullish or bearish trade setup, at entry time frame 75 minutes, I am selecting bullish. This 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 75 minutes time frame, I am selecting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means 75 minutes demand zone is not pierced. Zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum order enhances score 12. All three filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. We got 9 stocks. These 9 are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes demand zones. In these 9 75 minutes demand zones, there could be some high probabilities setup supported zones might be available. Let's identify them based on LTF and ITF zone confluence. That is 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence. I am enabling that filter, 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. With this filter, we got 4 stocks. In all these 4 stocks, the 75 minutes demand zones are part of the daily demand zone. If any of these daily zones are having daily EMA confluence, these are all 75 minute zones, but they are part of the daily zones. Those daily zones are having daily EMA confluence because the trend is uptrend. ITF trend is a daily trend. So let's verify EMA confluence, daily time frame, daily demand zone having daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. So with this filter, we got 1 stock. So this is a high probability setup stock, even more high probability. That's why it is already tested 3 times. And also it is a high liquidity daily demand zone. 75 minutes demand zone, which is part of the daily demand zone. Okay, next high probability trade setup is based on LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence. So I am removing EMA filter. Now with the LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled, that is 75 with daily demand zone confluence. Next 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence is enabled. And the daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence is also enabled. With all the 3 filters, we got 3 stocks. In these 3, these are the high probability setup supported stocks. In all the 3 stocks, 75 minutes entry time frame zone is part of the daily demand zone. Both together again part of the weekly demand zone. And weekly trend is up for all the 3 stocks. If any of these 3 stocks are having weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, because 75 minutes entry zone and the daily zone together part of the weekly zone. So weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. With this filter, we got all the 3 stocks. All the 3 are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. That's why see the third one already tested 3 times, first one, second one. And also all the 3 75 minutes demand zones are high liquidity demand zones. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at entry time frame 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish. This 75 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value is 0. And zone achievement violated, opposing zone, minimum order enhances score 12. All 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes supply zone. Now let's filter. We got good number of stocks. These are the first 15 stocks in the list. I'm scrolling the list down. So total 19 stocks are filtered. Among these 19, out of these 19, there could be some high probability setup supported stocks might be available. Let's filter based on zone confluence. First filter is LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. That is 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. I am setting the filter 75 minutes supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. With this filter, we got 13 stocks. In all these 13 stocks, the 75 minutes entry zone is part of the daily supply zone, and daily trend is down in all these stocks because it is bearish trade setup. That is ITF trend. So that's why if any of these daily supply, because 75 minute supply zone is part of the daily supply zone, and if the daily supply zone is having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at a daily time frame, daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. Now we got 10 stocks. All these 10 stocks are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Okay, now let's verify LTF, ITF, HTF based supply zone confluence based stocks. I'm removing the filter. So in the supply zone confluence, we need to set 3 filters. First filter is already enabled, that is 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. Second filter, I am enabling 75 minute supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. Third filter also I am enabling daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence, we got 5 stocks. In all these 5 stocks, the entry time frame zone, 75 minute supply zone is part of the daily supply zone, both together again part of the weekly supply zone. And the weekly trend is down in all these stocks except the second one. So if any of these stocks, except the second one, if any of these stocks are having a weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, weekly time frame, because 75 minutes entry zone and daily zone together part of the weekly zone. They are part of weekly. That's why weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence, they are even more high probability. Let's verify. We got 3 stocks. Ignore the second one because it is the sideways. But first one and third one are high probability trade setup supported stocks. So this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next one is a bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 15 minutes entry time frame, I am selecting bullish. These 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means 15 minutes demand zones are not pierced. And zone achievement is violated opposing zone, and the minimum order enhancer score should be 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. Now let's filter the stocks. We did not get any bullish trade setup daily income trade stocks. If you have any doubt, check the criteria, search criteria. Entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone demand zone. Zone achievement VOZ. Order enhancer score greater than or equals to 12. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 15 minutes time frame, we select bullish, because this is bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. And also pierced count at 15 minutes time frame greater than 0, less than 0 we set. So that means filter is perfect. We don't have any stocks that are supporting the search criteria. Okay, next bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. These 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Zone achievement, violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhancer score 12. All three filters are applied to 15-minute supply zone. Let's filter the stocks. We got a big list. These are the first 15 stocks. I am scrolling the list down. So total 25 stocks are filtered. Now let's verify how many of these zones are having ITF demand zone confluence, because among these 25 there could be high probability supported stocks are available. So ITF supply zone confluence, LTF and ITF, that means 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. These are all, supply zone confluence, because no demand zones are available for bearish bullish trade setup. Daily income trade, we don't have any demand zone. So supply zones only. The 15-minute supply zone with 75-minute supply zone filter is enabled. This is LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. We got again big list. 16 stocks are filtered. These are the first 15 stocks. I'm scrolling the list down. So we got total 16 stocks. These are the high probability setup supported zones. But again, among these 16, there could be even more high probability supported stocks, because of 15 minutes entry zone, demand zone is, supply zone. 15 minutes supply zone is part of the 75-minute supply zone. If those 75-minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, there could be even more high probability supported stocks. Let's verify. The supply zone confluence, the EMA confluence. The 75-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence filter is enabled. 4 stocks, these 4 stocks are supporting, because entry time frame 15-minute supply zone is part of the 75-minute supply zone, and the 75-minute supply zone is having daily EMA confluence in all these 4 stocks. So these are the even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Some of these 15-minute supply zones are also high liquidity zones. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. I am removing this EMA filter. We need to set 3 filters. First filter, 15-minute supply zone with 75-minute supply zone confluence is already enabled. Next filter, 15-minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence, and 75-minute supply zone with daily supply zone confluence. They are all enabled with all the 3 filters. LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. We got 8 stocks. In all these 8 stocks, the entry time frame 15 minutes supply zone is part of the 75-minute supply zone. Both together again part of the daily supply zone. In this daily supply zone, few stocks are having downtrend. 4 stocks. Out of these 8, 4 stocks are having downtrend. If any of these 4 stocks are having a daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, daily time frame. Why daily? Because entry time frame 15 minute supply zone, which is part of the 75, both together again part of the daily supply zone. That's why we are looking for daily supply zone having daily EMA confluence. But trend should not be sideways. For bearish trade setup, trend should be downtrend. So that's why in the zone violation, at a daily time frame, HTF trend should be downtrend. Then only EMA confluence makes sense. We got all these 4 stocks. All these 4 stocks are having daily zones are having daily EMA confluence. They are even more high probability setup supported stocks. Some of these supply zones are high liquidity supply zones. So this is about a bearish trade setup for daily income trade. And the last report is about stop buffers based on daily ATR. I am generating the list. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. I'm scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there you please pause the video. I'm scrolling. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you. Let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.